Breaking developments, that school shooting, authorities racing to the scene in Arlington, Texas, outside Dallas. This time at Timberview High School, the gunfire ringing out early this morning. One of the victims shot a young English teacher. He is 25 years old. Tonight, he's in the hospital, a 15-year-old in the hospital, too, who had been in critical condition, now recovering in the ICU. Word of an active shooter reaching police just after 9 this morning, armed officers running inside. The suspect quickly identified as an 18-year-old student at the school, fleeing in a car, triggering a massive hunt, and a warning that he was armed and dangerous. Students and teachers barricading themselves with doors, the chairs and desks, and behind those doors, huddling there in the dark. Outside, a massive law enforcement response securing the school, getting the injured medical help. Law enforcement rushing to his home nearby. They did not find him there. Tonight, after searching for hours, the gunman turning himself in, and what we've now learned. ABC's Marcus Moore leading us off here from Texas tonight.
Tonight, a shooting at this Arlington, Texas high school, leaving 4 people hurt.
This is not a random act of violence. This is not somebody attacking our schools.
Officials saying it all started around 9:15 this morning. Authorities now reviewing videos posted to social media appearing to show a fight.
We believe right now, preliminary, that it was a student that got into a fight and drew a weapon.
All you hear is pop, pop, pop. Like 6 shots, 6, 7 shots back to back.
This is something you all have done drills on.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we do drills on it all the time. So we do what to do. Once we heard lockdown, because usually they let us know it's a drill. But they said lockdown. So we knew it was in our drill.
Police identifying the suspect as 18-year-old Timothy George Simpkins, a Timberview High School student who turned himself in after an hours-long manhunt. Students sheltering in place. Teacher Dale Topham was just down the hall with his students, and together they barricaded the door.
When they realized there was shooting, there was no hesitation, no confusion, no chaos. They just immediately sprang into action.
One 25-year-old teacher and 3 teenage students were wounded during the shooting. 3 of them taken to the hospital and expected to be okay. As an all-out manhunt for Simpkins began, law enforcement swarming his house with guns drawn, but he wasn't there. Officials out with a warning.
This person is considered to be armed and dangerous.
As the lockdown was lifted at the high school, a steady stream of students walking out in a single file, and a now familiar scene tonight. Worried parents waiting to be reunited with their children. This is the 5th school shooting in the past week. This mom saying that she and her son had discussed school shootings and prepared for this day.
To know that the shooting was right next to his class, bullets fly everywhere.
And Marcus Moore with us tonight from outside that Arlington High School. And Marcus, no word on a motive yet?
David, no word from authorities on a motive, but they say a possible weapon, a .45 caliber handgun, was found in the street about 2 miles from here. And Simpkins has been charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and he's expected to go before a judge tonight. David.
Marcus Moore leading us off tonight from Arlington. Marcus.
Things go crazy, man. Things are going crazy here. All right. Student arrested in Texas shooting, released from jail. Arlington, Texas, Associated Press, an 18-year-old student accused in a shooting at a Texas high school was released from jail Thursday after posting bond. Police accused Timothy George Simpkins of open fire in a classroom Wednesday at Timberview High School in Arlington. 2 people were shot and 2 others suffered unspecified injuries. He was jailed on 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Police have said the shooting happened after a fight, but Simpkins' family said he had been bullied and robbed twice at school. The decision he made taking the gun were not justifying that, said the family spokeswoman Carol Harrison Lafayette, who spoke to reporters outside the Simpkins home Wednesday night while standing with other relatives. That was not right, but he was trying to protect himself. Police said a 15-year-old student who was shot remained in critical condition, while a 25-year-old teacher who was shot in good condition Thursday. Now, here's the thing. A lot of times, these teachers don't do anything when these kids are bullied. Sometimes teachers even participate in the bullying or side with the bully. And they tell the student who's being bullied, tell a teacher. And things rarely get done. It's sad. Okay, but when the bully gets pushback, now it's a problem. And either way, I'm not justifying the shooting, but what I will say is this, that teachers sometimes don't do their jobs. They don't do their jobs a lot of the time. Sometimes I'll say that. And the student has enough and he retaliates. Okay. Now you have people that will politicize it and will say that, oh, he's doing that because he's black. It's funny with these shootings because there was a guy who was doing a shooting at a Asian massage parlor, and he said he had a bad day, and the cop who arrested him said, oh, he just had a bad day, and that dude was white. Interesting. I see how sometimes people want to play favorites with who they want to play victim with, kind of like with when it came to George Floyd, and he was a victim, and then people were mocking him and everything. But then when Ashley Babbitt got shot because she was breaking the law and running around with rioters, trying to go over barricades, was told to stop, didn't listen, and she was shot. Oh, Ashley Babbitt's a victim. Oh, she's a victim. Don't you understand? She was murdered. No. Okay. This is something that's been a problem for years. Students get bullied. Student fights back. Student gets punished. Or they let it go on and on and on. And the kid retaliates in the worst way. Robbed twice. Picked on and robbed twice. Was it reported? That's what I want to know. Did the teachers do anything about it? That's what I want to know. Did the teachers do anything about it? That's what I'd like to know. I'm guessing probably not. I could be corrected. But this is the problem with our society, okay? Oh, well, you shouldn't have done that. I agree, but you see, you have to handle problems at the source. You have to nip this in the bud. And unfortunately, you have school teachers who do not nip this in the bud. Even when it gets to the principal, they don't nip it in the bud until it becomes a big problem. Now you want to blame it all on the shooter, when you had a chance to nip it in the bud before it got to this point. And this is a problem here. It should be that if a student is being bullied, and if he fights back, that student should not be penalized. That's it. Instead of this nonsense of trying to say, report it to the teacher. Give me a break. It's not going to happen. And nothing's going to happen, because sometimes the teacher will side with the bully. Unfortunately, more of these are going to keep happening, and people are going to ignore the root cause of this before it gets out of hand. Well, that's my take on it. Okay. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.